Alright, I'm posting it up right now. Okay, I just posted it up. Nice. Okay, so let's yeah, I guess we can. The only thing is Poppy started recording. Yeah, we're gonna have to organize this a little better next for next week. It's my fault. It's really my fault because but you know we'll work on it. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and get something going. At least people can catch you on the rebound in the video or whatever. Tuesday at 8. I don't know if I can do 8. I'll have to see. I can do it on Wednesday, but I don't know if I can do Tuesday. That's why I'm doing it like at 10 o'clock because I can do it at 10 because hey devil dog. But I'll see what I can do. It's mostly because that's my evening time that I spend with my wife, so eating and everything. And Wednesday I kind of make an exception. All right, so I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna start doing some character sketches, um, and then we'll see if anybody decides to show up. So I mean, as before, I just do some you know real loose gesturally sketching. Yeah. Yeah. Here's, hey Arnie. And it may, the sketch may come to you right away. It may not. Just keep on playing around with it. Just don't stress it or anything. Don't worry about if it's not really looking like something. You know, it's all about the process. Hello. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but like Steam came up with an idea for a challenge, which I think would be really cool. Let me try a different different technique. And that's basically taking one of these ideas and or maybe like a few of them and having people design their own characters out of it. And all I'm doing is stippling. That's really all I'm doing. I'm just laying down some quick, gesturally brush strokes. And if I start to see something, I kind of elaborate on it a little bit. Kind of like the texture flow a little bit better tonight. It all depends on what kind of mood you're into, like what you feel like doing. Nothing's like etched in stone, so just try different things. Sometimes the sketchy tool or the smooth tool might work out great for me. Sometimes, I might prefer doing something else, like the texture brush. It just all depends on, what you're aiming for or how you're feeling or whatever. Like right now, I'm digging the sketchy, or not sketchy, but like texture feel. Just think about your character too. Like think about whenever you're creating it. Um, you know, like not like a set in stone ideal, but as you're creating, think about okay, what would look cool? What's this character looking like? What's its nationality? What's its culture? It's what era does it come from? Just what is it starting to feel like? And then start adding from there. Is it a female? Is it male? Is it something completely different? Um, you know, is it a warrior, a ninja, a soldier, sci-fi? Um, is it like medieval, whatever, country western? Is it human? Is it alien? some other form of species. Just think about those things as you're working. Is it some kind of just, creature, whatever. Maybe like a, maybe like a superhero or a villain. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's serious. Maybe it's cute, maybe it's not so cute. We got a lot of people. Yeah, we got lots of people poppers. Yeah, it usually happens. People pop in and pop out. So, and a lot of them don't even say hello. They just come in and they take off. Maybe the character is big, like an ogre, or some behemoth or whatever. Maybe like a monkey or gorilla, something like that. And this is just the general layout. This ain't, you're not worrying about, you're not worrying about, anatomy and form and all that stuff. You're just worried about getting a general rough, layout on, on the canvas, right? And then you can start worrying about the other stuff once you pick a character you want to go with. Then you can start, working on form and all that stuff. Let's go ahead and minimize these guys a little more. So yeah, you want to make like kind of a library of different characters, different little sketches, gestures, profiles of your different characters. So that way you have, an assortment to choose from, whenever you're trying to decide what kind of character you want to create. Like I said, don't worry about if it doesn't come out exactly how you want. Oh, thank you, Arnie. Yeah, I mean, after I get done with them, then we'll work on that part, like deciding okay which one do we want to go with, you know. Um, and I'll let you guys give me your opinion. When you're working on these, try to make them a little different in stature and in their pose and everything, like as much as you can. So they don't all really like look the same. Thank you. This this is just rough sketching. Um, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try going with the vector this time. Like I said, it's just like just laying down different strokes. Um, you know, stippling basically. Trying to see what happens with it, what comes from it. You can always you can always clean it up later. Yeah, thank you, Lee. I see Jules is multitasking. See Jules is multitasking in the stream and out of the stream. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to just let loose and you know, just go with it. Yeah, Poppy did. I saw one that Poppy did. It's really cool. It's really cool to just you know just not to limit yourself. I mean, this is like the funnest thing for me, man. Just just going in here and just sketching loose and free and not worrying about a preconceived idea or something solid. I just this is a lot like how a lot of my characters are formed in stories and scenes and stuff like that. Nice, and it can go any direction. Like this right here isn't even a solid. Um, this right here isn't even etched in stone. It can even one of these characters can go in a completely different direction than what you might perceive it as right now. You might be looking at it as something else right now, but then as you're working on it, it might go in a completely different way, a different era or whatever. Let's try a different tool. The good thing, the fun thing is to get in here and just try different tools and see what you can, what you can conjure up. All right. Like I'm not just sticking to one thing. I mean, yeah, I do have some that I prefer, but I mean, just seeing like the different effects, and different stuff. Like this right here is the stipple. I think this is actually the stipple. Yeah, this is the stippling tool. So you know, um, you can just get all kinds of different looks and feels from the different tools. Hey, for this one. Like this one actually looks like it's creating like kind of like a robe for these characters. They're looking like monks and ninjas and stuff. Yeah, so you don't have to stick to just one particular tool, get in here and, mess around with. I know the smudge tool. I don't know if you guys have tried the smudge tool. I used to actually use it a lot, but man, it is a great way to freaking get some crazy. What happened to all my smudge brushes, man? What the dude. Anyway, we're gonna have to look into that. Um, I guess the update wiped out all my yeah wiped out all my smudge brushes. Like I had a whole list of brushes that I use, man, and they're all gone. But anyway, um, so I'll cry about that one later. So the smudge brushes, um, yeah, they can give you some real nice um, effects too for characters. Yeah, I just noticed it now. I didn't even realize. I had some particular ones that I used, and they're not in there now. I'm just gonna go with what's available. Yeah, this one's cool. This has got like a triple dot to it or something. The only problem with the smudge brush is if you're working in too high res, like too much, like if your resolution's too high, it can lag real bad. So just keep that in mind. We'll do like one or two more, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the characters and see which one we like, the most. Okay, so we got. Let's see. I mean, we got 3, 6, 9, 12. We got 15 characters. All right. um, really rough. Nothing um, final. But that's what we're gonna work towards. All right, is taking one of these and working on them, in detail. um, so out of these 15, um, I'll leave it up to you guys. Which one do you like the most? Actually, I would pick three. Let's start with Arnie first, and then we'll pick the three best, and we'll work on those further. Maybe I should number them. darken them up some too. They kind of Alright, let me go ahead and number them. We got number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Alright, likes number 8. Alright. We got one for number 8. Which one do you like, Double Dog? Yeah, I'm kind of digging number 8 too myself. Yeah, let me go ahead and move the chat box up. Not in the way. Number 5. All right. Next would be Fleur. Just a second, band. We're going down. We're going down the order of people in the chat. Go ahead, Fleur. Okay, go ahead, Jules. We'll go ahead and add bands too. All right, bands to 14. Nine or 3. All right. Okay, Kit. If you can hear Kit, Kitso. Hello. All right, Kitso disappeared. All right, go ahead, Lee. All right, this ain't working too well. All right, go ahead, Poppy. 14. All right. And Van said 14. All right, so we got 2 for 14. All right, we'll go ahead and work on 14. I like 8, so we'll keep that one as a second character. And let's see, between 5 and 3 and 9. Let's see. I like all 3 of them. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll start with 14, and we'll keep 8 on the burner, and then we'll decide between 5, 3, and 9. Probably in the next one or whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and close that out. Let's grab our character. Let's see, which one was it? Number 14. Yeah. Yeah, there's audio. Well, they can't hear me, so. So let's copy this one. paste it on this one. Alright, so we got our character. Let's close that out. Select, transform it, bring it up. Alright, so now we're gonna lower the opacity a little bit. You could either do this, you could lower the opacity and then just work on it, or you could just work on what you already have. It's up to you. It's all a matter of preference. I'd say like you can just take what's here, grab whatever tool you want. Usually when I'm going for more definition, I try to go with the like soft brush. Whatever. Well, actually I like to use that whenever I'm like going in for more detail and stuff. So I'll grab like I'll still work it out with like either a texture brush or I'll grab one of these custom brushes. Okay, I got you, Poppy. Thank you. Or you can just, like I said, lower the opacity and go over with like a sketchy tool or whatever and just outline it for what you think, that you see. Right now, the form is not too clear, so you want to try to. This is what I'm gonna do, but like I said, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Like you can do this. Like you can go over it and do like an outline or something like that. Start working out some kind of gesture for it or whatever. All right. However you think you see it. This is what I like to do. I like to just go over the main thing and start picking values. But you don't have to do this. I just like to work with it more and see what comes of it. Just throwing down really anything. Pick the different things. Yeah, so you'll start seeing different things too. It might actually look a lot different than what it originally looked like, which is really cool. Because you're just like, you're just playing with ideas basically. That's all you're doing. You know, even with this little part right here, that was part of another character. That wasn't even part of this guy. But now it looks like some kind of, I don't know, weapon or something. Okay, so it just yeah. So I just throwing that value, trying to get some contrast going. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to break some contrast up in here to form things. I just color pick from the canvas itself. I'm not erasing or anything like that. There's some sort of pose right here with his leg. Yeah, it does kind of look like a scythe. It does look like some sort of scythe. So yeah, this is all about just playing with ideas. You can even wipe away some and add something else. totally turn into something that you didn't even, you didn't even see at first, so it's starting to look like some kind of, grim reaper or something, it's coming out of the what do you call it, like the shadows or smoke or whatever, the mist. It's like his knee, it's kind of like he's soaring up out of this mist or smoke. And see, this is where you can start to elaborate on it. For me, I'm just going to continue working it. I kind of got a general flow, general idea where I want it to go. But if you need to, you can always look up reference. Like say for instance, if it's going in the direction of Grim Reaper, you can look up Grim Reaper. You can look up skulls, sight, whatever whatever relates to this kind of stuff, death. I'm just working around them with the values, kind of adding some atmosphere. You don't have to do this. You can strictly go in and just work the outline of them, like I said. You could do this. I would consider this a little bit more advanced, especially like with values and everything. If you want to go more simple, then definitely do it. This is just because I have a pretty good grasp and a pretty good feel of where I want to take it. Yeah, so it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, it does kind of look like an animal's face. Like when I get a good thing to do is like whenever you're working to zoom in and out, like look at it from afar, see the overall silhouette of it, the overall basis of it, how it's laid out, and then come in and start working on little details if everything looks all right. See, right now you can read it pretty well. You got a pretty good picture of what's going on. So, I mean, it's still not crystal clear, but the definition is there. The silhouette. You can definitely read something, but you want to go in and start just like just adding like minor details here and there, kind of blocking in things too, to make them more like readable. At this point, that's what I'm doing right now too. Is I'm blocking things in. Since I already got my silhouette, now I'm going in and I'm trying to make things more readable. So what I'm doing is I'm blocking in the values more, and trying to think, okay, where's his arms at? Where's his face at? What am I actually looking at here? Yeah, and yeah, now I mean that's what it's all about, Then you're going in and you start thinking, okay, I kind of see his face like right here, like his like his little shawl or his hood or whatever is kind of like going this way in that direction, like kind of like shredded or ripped or something. He's kind of looking like at the audience. Um, maybe it's or it could even be a she. I don't know. Um, so now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, what do I want his face to look like, or her face, or whatever. You know, is it a skull? Is it a right now it does look like a skull, some eyes. And you might want to do if you're going in the direction of a skull, you might want to do some reference check on a skull, just to you know to know like exactly what a skull looks like. Um, I kind of got an I got I've drawn a lot of skulls, so I kind of got a pretty clear image of what it generally looks like. Thinking of female, kind of like a female reaper. I haven't seen a lot of female reapers either. It's always been like male, kind of like a female, like maybe like some female hair coming off of it or something like that. Would be cool. Definitely have to, definitely have to slender down her body and everything, but yeah, feathers or anything, man. That's the awesome thing about this is you're creating as you go. You're creating as you go. You probably add some like I kind of like see like now that Poppy mentioned feathers, I kind of see like some feathers coming from like the collar area in a way. You know, but you can do whatever you want. You Yeah, like and see, there you go. Then you start developing a story from it. That's the whole thing. You're creating the character and you're developing a story at the same time. I even see like maybe he's got like some smoke or something uh, coming off of him. Some kind of trails of I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of souls or something. You know, like kind of seeping out of his body or whatever. Something like that. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I would definitely encourage trying this. Um, Definitely, it's a great way to just keep your mind open and try new things. Yeah, it could be rising from the ashes or something. You could grab another tool. Um, let's try this. yeah, some ashes, you know. Something like that. Let's go back to, actually, let's start trying to block in things. So I go with this brush. I go with any brush that really has like a flat surface with to it. Um, but it's all a matter of preference. I try this one sometimes too. This one's a lot of times this is my go-to brush right here. But that's mainly for like smoothing in and details and stuff like that. But let's go with like a flat brush. Let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start blocking things in. Start making things more readable. And there's like a scythe right here. So let's go ahead and start. Looks like I got like kind of like a hand or something coming off that sucker too. Like some kind of hand or something. I don't know. It just that came from the sketch. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just on one layer. This is how I usually work. I'm just on one layer, but you know, I wouldn't recommend it, especially starting out. But once you get more comfortable and everything, it's completely up to you. Um, but if you're just starting out with this, like I said, it's completely up to you. I wouldn't recommend it right off unless you feel confident enough to do it. I mean, yeah, I would definitely try it at some point, but you know, if you're not comfortable with values and how stuff lays out and everything, it took me a while actually to get used to doing it this way. Um, but after a while, you do get used to it, and it just kind of comes natural. You just like you're working with what you have on the canvas, basically. You're just working with what you got. That doesn't mean that's all you got. It just means like you're taking what you already have here and using it. Like I said, if you're not sure, you know, of certain things, like say for instance, if you're not sure of what something looks like, like a skull or whatever, feel free to look up reference. I always use reference, not necessarily like copying, but as a guide to achieve what you're trying to achieve. Okay, and grabbing bits and pieces of reference material just to get the correct lightness down. Like say like for the skull, for instance. Hey, Biddy. Hello. Plus, you want to, at some point, well, really from the beginning, you want to try to figure out where your lighting's coming from too. Um, Whether it's coming from this direction or this direction, or is it coming from up above? Um, is it coming from down here? Wherever. You want to try to you want to try to iron out your lighting source and where it's coming from. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like the light for me is coming from over here, somewhere in this direction. This is the light. Because I already have like the or yeah, like Poppy said, it could be coming down from here. But see, I already have like a lot of his uh his white values in this area. So I'm considering the light coming from this area, just from this alone. So that's what I'm planning on going with. And yeah, you want to try to pick out your light source early on in the scene as much as you can, because once you get your light source, um, once you know where that's coming from, then everything will just fall into place. You see, now I can just take from over here and just start adding like you know little highlights here and there. Okay, kind of bump it out some more, right? You see, it kind of gives it more contrast. Now it's got more contrast going. And I just throw some little hints down here where his hands are going to be. Nothing's real detailed yet, but I'm just throwing down hints of where I think his hand is going to be. Same thing up here, where the light's going to be hitting. Okay. Also, at the same time, where the shadow is going to be hitting too. And I'm still like I'm going in, I'm still blocking things in. I'm really starting to yeah, like block things in and figure out the forms now. So we're kind of past the sketchy phase. I mean, yeah, you can still add stuff and everything, but we're kind of past the more or less doodling. Now I'm really trying to figure out, okay, what's going on here? All right, what's going on here? What do I need to fix? What do I need to correct? Or what looks right? So you're keeping that in mind as you work. And your face is going to be your selling point. So this is what you want to work on the most. That's where you want your most contrast, your most detail, everything. Second would be the hands, okay? And then probably the scythe or whatever. You might actually even add some kind of contrast around in his chest area, around this area or something, especially because that's where the light is hitting. So yeah, so you definitely want to bump up the contrast in these areas. Actually, that looks pretty cool. I think I'll leave that. So that's the great thing about this, man, is that you just, like I just doodled that in, and I'm already seeing something from it. It kind of looks like some kind of skeleton something. I don't know what it is, but it looks like something. So I kind of want to keep it there, just because it looks cool. It might be like a skeleton armor or something. You know? And you always want to keep on zooming in and out, in and out. You want to look at it from far away. You don't want to get too caught up in the details, because once you start getting caught up in the details, then you'll lose what's going on around the rest of the image. Okay. So yeah, so you wanna keep that in mind. Try not to get caught up in the details. The devil's in the details. Remember that. Now you can go in and you can work on different areas, but always remember to zoom back out. Even flip it. As you notice, I'm flipping it a lot. Um, that way, and also you can see like, okay, well, what has too much contrast? What has too much values? What's not detailed enough? Or what's too detailed? Stuff like that, right? Hey, what's up, Mark? Okay. So we shooting. We don't want to give away Mark's identity. Yeah, but I'm mainly focused on the face. That's where my main focus is right now. Um, so yeah, that's definitely where you want to put the most detail and the most contrast. And that's your selling point is the face. Okay, that's where you want to look up reference. Um, because you want to get the face right. Amongst everything else, the face is the one thing that you do want to get right. You can make other things like more sketchy as you work down the character, but the face is what you want to try to you want to try to nail, because if the face don't look right, the rest of it's just gonna you know it might look great, but if the face don't look right, because people are gonna instantly look at the face when somebody looks at something. The first thing they're going to be drawn to is the face, unless something else is attracting their attention, which you know it shouldn't really be the case. But I like to jump around too. So like I'll go from the face, and then I'll start maybe working like say like on the scythe or something. You know, I try not. For me personally, I don't like to stay in one area for too long because then I get kind of it gets kind of repetitive and boring. Um, and maybe I'll come up with something new, so I'll jump back to it later. So I like come down here, work on the site. A great tool to use for like say like the site is like or any solid objects, any weapons or whatever. Um, the vector tool is a great tool to use because you can get some really nice straight lines with the vector tool. Okay, it's really nice to solid things out, to block in things with the vector tool, especially like I said, like weapons, um, even be armor. Um, let's say like blades. Oops, excuse me, like blades, guns, anything that's solid, objects, stuff like that. And for me, I'm still using the stippling effect, so I'm still like adding a little bit of value here and there. Like I'm not keeping it all. That might be a little bit too much. I'm just trying to keep it all loose and suggestive still. At the same time, trying to just figure out what I want it to look like. Blocking in here and there. Just trying to figure out what I want things to look like. Thank you guys. Poppy, is that it for you? Are we good? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I didn't even save the sketch. Yeah, I saved it. Yeah, yeah, cool. We have it recorded. We have it recorded. I'll go ahead and stop this right here. And since we're not recording anymore, and I'm probably just going to start working on something else.